Check. Shh.
The Drop with Frank and Brian is officially brought to you by Switch Suspension. Switch Suspension specializes in all vehicle chassis components. Lift kits, lowering kits, air ride suspension, wheels, tires, steering, and brake upgrades. They use all the best products from the best brands. And these guys are truck guys. You roll into their parking lot at the shop and they all drive custom vehicles. So they use their products that they sell on their own vehicles. So if you guys are looking for anything for your vehicles, whether you're just starting out or you just need some replacement parts or whatever, give them a call or visit their website, switchsuspension.com.
What's up, man?
What's up?
Oh, hold on 1 second. I lost you. Oh, there you are. Just make this a little bit bigger. And that, and that, and I'm ready.
All right.
All right. Yeah, all right, indeed.
All right, indeed.
How's it going?
I'm going. I'm going. It's going.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
Saying what? Oh, drink buddies. Cheers.
It is nighttime.
It is nighttime. This is the drop after dark.
It's what's funny is we have 3 episodes in the tank, and
I know I didn't think we were recording this week. It kind of surprised me.
Yeah. For 2 guys that don't have jobs, we sure are busy.
I know, right? Jeez. But yeah, I wasn't planning on recording this week, but yes, last weekend we did record 3 episodes. We did another grand tour. This one was a little more complicated than the last. Not complicated. Well, how would you describe it? Opposed to the last one in Phoenix?
It was more. It was just more because we did.
It was just more.
More.
Yeah.
We drove more. We did. We started out in Apple Valley.
Apple Valley, thank you. Don't call it Hesperia. You always do.
Victorville. We
started out
in Phelan.
Now you're just trying to insult me. But now next you're going to say Atalanto.
Oh, what's worse than that? Barstow?
Yeah. I don't know, man. Atalanto, Barstow.
We started in the high desert, and then
we started at my pad.
Yep, and then we.
But there's more before that because
there is more. There's the whole. We're jumping at. You know what we're doing is we are not facing our failures from the day.
We're not. We failed.
There was there were many failures, and if Shane's listening to this, should we let him know now that neither of us recorded a video of his show?
Yeah. Sorry, Shane.
Sorry,
I say that a lot. I'm sorry, Shane. To be fair, well, not to be fair, but in our defense, I did record something. I did do a lot of phone stuff, so there will be reels that will be coming out, but not pulling out the cameras and doing a whole big video.
So our safety episode came in clutch.
It did because the idea was we recorded last week's episode with the idea that we were going to do something at the show. We were going to set up microphones, have people stop in, tell interesting stories. By the time it got into that scenario, we were both I don't know.
One of us was a little more tired than the other.
Yes. In the last episode, we recorded that on my birthday, last Thursday. And then the following day on Friday, I was having people over. And it was just a couple people, the twins that came down from Lindsay.
Yeah.
Had a good time. I put the open invitation out there. Big Dave from our club hit me up. He rolled out. And then, so we're all sitting on the pad. It had a couple local friends come. So it was chill. It was super chill. Just some drinks, some pizza, just hanging out, chill. And then, so we're sitting on my front porch, because that's where we hang out. And this car comes flying up the driveway. And I'm all, what is that? And everybody's like, what? Who is that? I have no idea.
Your house is not in an area where people fly up the driveway.
No, yes. Yeah. No. It was very unusual. So car comes flying up the driveway. We're all, who is that? And and plus it's pitch black out here because, again, this is not an area where cars fly up driveways, and this is not an area where there's lights, street lights, any illumination whatsoever. And so I peer into the darkness, and the doors open. I hear, "Hey, you ready to party?" And it's Big Steve. It's Big Steve from the club.
Some things never change.
Nope. And so it was Big Steve, little Brian, and they surprised us. They came up. I had no idea. And it turned into a thing.
It turned into like you staying up till like 3 o'clock in the morning thing.
That's exactly what happened. 3 o'clock in the morning, 3:30 in the morning sometime. Got right back at it the next day. Had to go to a kid's softball game in the morning and then go to the show. And the show, dude, it was like.
Well, let me explain my journey.
Oh, okay. So that's me getting up to Saturday midday.
Let me get up to Saturday midday. So our plan was I was going to take the Maverick towing the trailer full of my vendor booth stuff to your house. Mm-hmm. You were like, hey, well, we'll unload that into my trailer.
I forgot about this part.
And then I'll drive you will drive the 4Runner, and I'll drive the Titan with our vendor stuff. And I was like, that's a great plan. Mm-hmm. So I come rolling up. I left Phoenix like 6 in the morning. Come rolling up your driveway, and I look, and I'm all, there's like a lot of people here. I'm all,
there's still a bunch of cars.
I was like, he doesn't need me to drive the Titan. Someone else can drive. I walk in, and I just hear you go, hey, yeah.
Well, I told you, Big Steve came, and to sit down with Steve. You trying to talk over Steve is very difficult. So I'm like completely hoarse the next day. Actually, I was completely hoarse all the way into Sunday.
So I look around, and the twins are there, Katie and Nancy, and I go, and you're like, yeah, so I'm not taking the 4Runner. And I went, all right, I'm going to go to the show. Bye.
Yeah. You're basically like, I'm out. Goodbye.
Yeah. So I just went there just to make sure that our vendor, like we had a vendor spot and all that stuff. And then you come rolling up a little bit after that. And we were kind of slow going. Mm-hmm. It was hot.
It was really hot. It was muggy, which is not normal for here in the desert.
Yeah. But we got the booth set up, and then we kind of slowly ramped into things. And the show was in the afternoon, so that was different.
Yeah, so this show was from 4. Well, there was some confusion either whether it was 1 or 4, but it was from 4 to 10. Yeah. So it was a night show, which was cool because it added a whole new dynamic to the whole experience.
And it was nice not having to rush.
It was cool.
Getting out there and setting up at 7 in the morning and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. It was really nice. So, but now we're kind of caught up to where we were. We had all the podcast equipment there, and in my head,
ready to rock.
Well,
in theory,
in my head, I was like, okay, we're gonna set this up. The DJ was right here. I just kind of started making excuses in my head about not doing it. And then I was like, is it really going to work out very well? Are we going to be able to concentrate on it? Because we really we had people there, but not our normal booth people.
Right. So it was, we were both running our booths and stuff like that.
Yeah. Not that it was like extra busy, but like it was just one of those things. And I was like, I don't want to take all this stuff out. So I didn't.
Yeah. No, and that's why we did that whole other episode. Was the backup episode.
And then I also didn't take my camera out to film, and I also didn't even walk around the show.
Yeah. Well, yeah, neither did I.
Jeez, I didn't walk indoors because it was partly indoors. I didn't walk the field. I walked around our club vehicles that were in front of our booth, and
which was cool. We actually had a lot of people roll out. We had about 8 vehicles there. That was cool.
5.
Okay.
Almost 8.
Almost 8.
We had like 30 vehicles there.
8, 35, whatever.
Victorville, Hesperia, same thing.
Yeah.
But I had a blast.
I had a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Despite all the other stuff going on, it was a lot of fun because a lot of the club was there. And they rolled, we had 5 vehicles, so that was really cool. The members hung out in the booth, and it was really chill. The whole show was pretty chill.
It was very chill. And I appreciate Shane and everybody else that did that. And So sorry we didn't make a video, but your show was awesome and we had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And sometime like we did that at the Unfinished Business show, and I don't know. I think like SoCal is where I'm going to come out and not make videos and just hang out,
just chill.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean everybody's here. You know, all the clubs here. Not all the club. Some of the club is here and hanging out. And yeah, it was just a really cool experience. Correct me if I'm wrong, but did Shane say that he is not going to do this show next year? Or is thinking about not doing this show next year? I don't know what he said.
Okay, so
I could be speaking out of pocket.
Yeah, so this is how it goes in a show promoter's life.
Mm-hmm.
You about a month, 2 months before the show, you say every day, I'm not doing this next year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not doing this next year. All the way up until the day of the show, you're like, nah, I'm not doing this no more. Then after the show, when everything went smooth and everyone's like, hey man, we had so much fun. Thank you. And you know, and all this stuff. Then you go, oh, I got to figure out how to do this next year. Cause it was a good time. So I think he might be in that boat, you know. He seemed
in a really good mood. Well, Shane is always in a good mood, but he seemed in a good mood. Everybody, like you said, everybody had a good time. I don't know if you remember saying that, like, because the limbo was later on in the evening. It was like 7-ish o'clock, so it's like nighttime, and you're like, man, this has like a run vibe to it.
It did. I was standing on the stage with Roulette, and I was looking down, and the limbo was right there in the front, and all that stuff. And I was like, yeah, it definitely had like a very run vibe. So it was cool.
Yeah. No, it was a ton of fun. I hope he does it again because it's a good show, and it's in my backyard. And maybe next year, I'll have better.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about the failure of you not even bringing your truck.
Yeah, I know. I did not bring my truck just because, like, well, I mean, partly because of the night before and stuff like that, but also it was like, I had a softball game in the morning, and I got back from that like at 11:30.
Let's just say it didn't happen.
It didn't happen.
There's no
another little thing. Remember in that podcast we were saying about how I was going to miss my younger one's first game, which is that evening, and we joked that she was going to hit a home run, and I was going to miss it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, almost. She hit a triple. Oh. She had a great game. She hit a triple, and she had a single, and I don't think she had a double, but she had a couple great hits and stuff. But yeah, I thought that was funny. I see her because they came like after the game was over. Angie and her came to the show, and she's like, show me the highlights and stuff, because that show gets recorded, or that game gets recorded. So she was showing me the highlights and stuff, and she's like, hit a triple, and I'm like, oh. So, which I'm kind of stoked for tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning is the first game that I'm going to go to of hers, so I'm pretty stoked about it.
Oh, cool. Hell yeah.
Yeah. So that was Saturday, and then again that show ran late into the evening, so it was about 10 o'clock. And
by the time I got back to your house, it was like 11:30.
It was, yeah. And the twins were still here. So the twins were here. You were here. I was cooked. So we're just like, oh, and then Jordan was here because you shot his truck.
Yeah, Jordan from No Regrets with the Red Frontier. He's like, I was like, hey man, can we shoot your truck at sunrise? That would help me out because because I had, we'll jump ahead a little bit. I had photo shoots all over California. Mm-hmm. Jordan lives in Bakersfield, and I was like, hey, if we can shoot you're already here, your truck's here. If I can shoot that at sunrise, it'll help me out a lot. So he's like, yeah. He's like, so what hotel should I stay at? Because I don't want to, stay at a ghetto or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I don't know. And then I was like, you could just sleep on. I was just volunteering your house. I was like, you could just sleep on Frank's floor. And he's like, okay, I'm good with that.
Yeah. No, it worked out great. Yeah, it worked out great because
we woke up at like 5:30 and went right around the corner and shot his truck, and it started raining right as we were done. So
which explained all the mugginess the day before.
Yeah.
It was just so that gets into the next day. Now we have this grand adventure that we are going to partake on.
Yep.
Partake? I don't know the things. Embark. We're this grand tour that we were about to embark on.
Also, did you see the comment on last week's episode when we were talking about the mini truck revival show and you couldn't think of the word trying to explain that area, like that show? The guy said it's underground that you're trying to think of.
Yeah. Underground. I was trying to think, kind of like trying to paint it more artsy, like a boutique of mini trucks. Well, actually, after talking to Vic, that's another thing that happened in the show. Vic came by because he was supposed to get on the podcast and talk about his show. Vic came by and he hung out for a long time, and we had a great conversation with him about his true vision for that show.
Yeah.
And kind of not speaking for him, but what he said, what he alluded to is like, this show is going to be like a a curation of different types of mini trucks.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like almost a handpicked. I guess it would be safe to say a handpicked, because what they're doing is if you want to attend the show, you have to submit a picture, they approve it, and then you purchase the registration.
Yeah.
So it is like a curated kind of handpicked representation of all these mini truck scenes that exist, and they're putting it's basically an art show for mini trucks. Is basically what it is. Oh, you're frozen. Oh, now you're back.
There,
Can you
there
hear me?
You are.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Oh, okay. What'd I say? What'd you hear?
I don't know.
Okay. I was just basically
you're
saying,
you're all pixelated now.
Oh, I am? Do you want to try calling me back? Is it fixed? No? Okay. Call me back.
You want me to call you back? All right. I'm calling Frank back because his internet is a little screwy. Calling him back.
That better?
You're there.
I'm here.
You are
it's
there.
It's nighttime, like we said at the beginning of this podcast. It's nighttime, and everybody's home sucking up the Wi-Fi.
I tell everyone to get off the thing, everything.
I'm just going.
Yeah.
So what I was saying is, what?
I was saying the Cubs are losing. I'm so mad right now.
Oh, really? Why?
Because the Cubs.
Are they not in the wild? Oh, you froze up again. Oh, this is a good one. You there?
I can hear you, but you're frozen.
Oh, okay. Well, as long as you can hear me, that's all that matters.
Yeah. Now you're just like a weird ghost looking thing.
You look fine. I can hear you fine, and you look fine.
Yeah. It's funny. All right. Anyway, so you were saying about Vic and curating that, and
yeah.
And
So
all
like,
that.
the person left a comment saying that's like an underground show, which it is, because it's very like nondescript. It's very hidden or whatever. But the way Vic was describing it himself is it's more a curated art show of mini trucks.
yeah, which is perfect. That's a perfect way to
I
describe
am
it.
so excited for it. After
Me
talking
too.
with him, it just makes me more excited for it.
Yeah, and we will be there. He said that we'll be inside, but we won't have our canopy, which is nice because I don't have to bring it out.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, we could just go. I was like going to ask you, like, would it be cool if we went under my canopy if we're sharing it because it's all printed?
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure that was okay with you, but now I'm like, well, that just solves that question. Didn't even have to ask.
No, it makes it easier too. We just got to bring some tables and stuff like that.
We just got to ask them how many tables we get a piece.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
under a 20-foot, it's 3 tables.
Mm-hmm.
And you can fit 9 T-shirts
So
on things.
We're just gonna flip a coin for the middle one.
Also, all my shirts are C10 shirts.
That's right.
I have nothing for. I was
a
actually
Ranger.
I have the Ranger, but I might have an S10 by that, but I have like no Toyota stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I have not. I'm like. So then I started like thinking. I'm like, I'm just not going to go.
Oh, gee. Well, I mean that's an option too.
It is an option.
And then
too.
I get all the tables.
Yeah, you get to have all the tables. But then I'm like, no, I should just go. And I don't know. I just am in the middle of like a lot of updated artwork.
Well, it works out for you because also we're planning on hanging out that week doing Not Scary Farm. You and Chelsea are planning on doing some LA stuff. So it kind of works out. Like you're kind of going to be there anyway.
Yeah, she's going to fly in. So like, yeah, so it's just me just being like, man, I wish I had like something Toyota. I have something Toyota in the works, and I have Dino's coming up, so like the C10 stuff works out there. But now this thing kind of just popped up, and I'm like,
Yeah, but I think you'll be all right. I think your stuff is cool enough that'll be okay. I mean, you got the Stout, right? Or do you still have those? No, you got rid of. Oh, yeah,
I have
that's right. You discontinued it.
If anyone's listening to this, I have like 10 3X Stout shirts left.
Oh, so
I don't know why I've
guy.
If you're a 3X, they are $15 on my website right now.
Nice.
And that gets you entered to win our giveaway.
Right, which we'll get there.
Okay.
One thing.
We kind
of got a little off track with the.
We also stopped talking about the cancer show and went right into Vic's.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
because we not only let down Vic, we let down the twins because they were kind of.
Oh, they were kind of pumped to talk on the podcast.
Yeah,
and even George suggests, he's like, "Hey, do you think we should just while we're here just like do something in your office, like record something?" I was like, "Nah."
Yeah, it's too much work.
We were all having fun by that point. That would have been a hilarious podcast.
Well, so what we'll do is one day we will do a SenCal trip, and we'll do the twins on one episode, It would be fun to get like Erica and Jose.
Yeah, that would be a really good one because not only are they club members, but they have had Ride and Low for a long time. They're pretty ingrained in the scene too.
Yeah, and they can just kind of talk about the SenCal scene.
Right.
And then we can do like, I got this whole list of people that we're gonna do.
You know the cool thing about this now doing this multiple podcast travel thing on the day during the day for a second time is we proved to ourselves like this is a thing we could do like no problem.
Yes.
Like when we did it in Phoenix, we were still kind of like filling ourselves out, kind of figuring it out, and it was. I guess you can maybe if you really watch closely, you can tell that we're also you can tell we're trying to figure it out. I think on these next ones when they come out, you'll see we're a lot more comfortable. And like it now we have settled in like we can do this, you know.
And that just goes so that Sunday, this past Sunday, we did 3 podcasts and we started out in Corona, California, which is about 45 minutes from your house or so, right? Mm-hmm. Got there like at 8:30, set up, and it was Donald LeBlanc from truckrun.net. So we don't know the order that these are going to come out.
I was gonna ask that too. Yeah, we don't know that.
We don't know the order, and then that was so much fun. And then we went to Pinstripe Chris, which he's in Costa Mesa, Chris Dunlop.
And he has a really cool spot over there.
And that was the one that I didn't know how it was going to go because he is the first person that has nothing to do with mini trucks. That you don't know at all. Like really, you just know his paintings. I know him a little bit.
I've only hung out with him like twice before that.
Yeah, I know he's been to my house in Phoenix, stayed with me a couple times, and we've done a couple things together and stuff like that. But as far as like, he comes from nothing, no mini like not nothing, but no mini truck stuff. So I was like,
listen to that episode. It's really good.
It is, yeah. So I don't know. I was like, this interview is going to teach us a lot.
It is, yeah,
yeah. And then
next, it did because we did it, and it was successful.
So I'm like looking forward to interviewing someone that neither of us know at all.
Yeah, that's going to be fun.
Yeah,
that's going to be a lot of fun.
It'll be cool. And then so after that, we weren't sure if we were going to be able to make it down to San Diego, but we did.
You didn't happen to catch exactly how many miles we covered that day?
It was like, I don't know, but I drove 2,000 miles.
Oh,
trip.
Go up from Phoenix, round trip to Phoenix, right? Okay.
Yeah. So
I would say that probably made up a good.
It was like
400 miles. Yeah.
I think it was 300 or 400 miles. Yeah. So we got down to Joey's and had him and Glenn on, and this is why notes are important. I talked to Joey today about this.
Oh, you did?
We brought up certain things like our show, and then we never talked about it again.
Yeah.
which Glenn is a big part of our show.
He is.
And we just kind of faltered. So I think notes.
If you also though, like it was an ambitious journey and we did it and we accomplished it. But I did notice towards the end of that one, I was sort of like,
oh, you were done. You were done towards
tired.
the end of that podcast. Like when you get tired, there's no more Frank.
I know. I kind of just
check out. You're just done. I like looked over. I'm all, oh, he's checked out. This podcast is over.
It was kind of like that.
Yeah. And then we packed up and we got back to your house about 11 o'clock that night. So we left at like 7:15 in the morning and did that. So
yeah, it was a lot of fun. Again, like I said, it sort of like really solidified what we can accomplish, and what we can do.
So the next 3 podcasts will be guest episodes. We might sneak one of us in there. But we will have 3 guest episodes coming up, and then by that time we're gonna have some more because we'll figure out at least 1 or 2 more when I come out.
Yeah. Because we're gonna when you come out for the whole mini truck revival show and all that stuff, we're gonna do it again. It's gonna be awesome. I'm stoked for it. I'm looking forward to it. Now that I've experienced it and has gotten a taste for it, like I'm like, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah. And then when you fly for the first time,
which is coming up.
Then I'll be like, hey, 2 plane tickets to Louisiana. We got 3 podcasts to film down there, and then we're flying home.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be awesome. Yeah, that's in 2 weeks, so that's coming down. My mental space on that, pretty chill still. Not too bad. Kind of had a little moments where I'm like, but it's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Relax.
Everything's fine. Yeah. You're gonna be your first plane trip. That's gonna be fun. So then we get back to your house, and I had another journey after that. So got back to your house about 11, and then I went up. I drove from your house to Santa Maria, had a photo shoot that night. Stayed in Santa Maria, like literally right at the airport. That hotel was like, I checked into this hotel in Santa Maria, and she was like, "Do you want the street side or the airport side?"
You're like,
I'm all, oh, she's like, "The street side's quieter," and I'm all, well, I want the airport side because I want to see the airport. So like, I like go up there, throw my bags down, and I like open my laptop because I had to do some video stuff, and I hear a jet, like I hear not a plane, like brrr, like with props on it. Right, yeah. I hear a jet, and I was like, "This airport is small." So I look out the window, and there's a military fighter jet, not one, 4 of them at the beginning of at the beginning of this runway, and they just started taking off one by one. And I was like,
"You sent the video of the one,
yeah,
but there were 4 of them."
There was 4.
And I thought to myself, "I'm like, that can't be, that's gotta be loud."
It was, and but they don't fly it like super late into the night, and. But then they were doing it the next morning too. They took a couple of them, took off, and
oh, cool.
So got that. Then I woke up in Santa Maria and I drove to Modesto, and shot a truck there. And then I drove down. I got to like, I don't know, somewhere on the 5. Got a hotel. Drove to Lancaster. Shot,
which is only about an hour from my place.
Yeah.
So then you kind of like came back down.
Well, it's funny because I drove through Lancaster and I passed up where I was going to shoot the truck, which I didn't know I passed up, went all the way into Lancaster, and like I had like 4.5 hours to kill. So I got my haircut, I washed my truck, I just kind of hung out, and then I had to drive like 25 minutes back where I came from to shoot the truck.
To do the actual shoot.
Yeah. So it was an hour and a half from there. It was an hour and a half from your house.
Oh, okay.
And then
it's something like that. Yeah, because like the plan was you were going to come back here. You got here about 11, and the way you're describing, like, oh, you've been kind of just like chilling, like just kind of like it's been pretty easy going. So by the time you got here, you're like, I'm out of here. I'm going home.
Yeah. Well, no, I got to your house around 9.
Oh, was it 9?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't remember.
Yeah, it was like 9:30 because I didn't get home till 3 in the morning. But yeah, usually my trips are very rushed. I'm like, okay, got this one done. Got to go here. Got this one done. But this one was weird because I shoot trucks either sunrise or sunset. Depending on the weather, and the weather was really bright and sunny, so I had to, but yeah, got them all done, and now I'm back. And
you're back.
Yep, that's all I got.
Do you want to? Because you got back, and then you wanted to record, but then you got kind of busy today. Do you want to give a little Toyota updates, or is that a video thing?
I did. I dropped my wheels off, my rims, before I left to the powder coater, and they're done. So I went today, picked them up. I drove up, got the tires mounted, and then I drove over to Panda's and dropped my rims and tires off.
They look good.
So yeah,
is it just like a pretty basic silver is what they are? Or?
It is. It's like a silver with a clear coat on it.
Okay.
And so they're very smooth. Like like if you look at it, it's almost like, it's hard to explain. Like,
no, I know. No, it's not, because I know exactly what you're talking about, because I saw the same thing. They look like gel.
Exactly.
That's what it looks like. Is a gel coating on it or something.
Yeah. So it looks very like the color. To like what Panda, even Trevor was like, that reminds me of like, that's very European, that color.
Oh.
So my thing is like, that truck's either going to get painted red or it's going to get painted white.
And silver wheels look good on either one of those.
And the red was going to be like a Ferrari
bright
look, like, so red, and then Ferrari wheels either came in like a dark gunmetal gray or like almost black or a light gray,
which is what you have,
which is what I have. But then again, if those wheels don't work out, I could just put different wheels on it.
Yeah. And now those wheels are in really good, because Jaime fixed them. He made them true, right, and fixed them all up.
So I picked up the wheels and I was like, where's the center caps? So I hit up Jaime. I was like, hey, did you give me those center caps back? And he goes, yeah. And I'm all, because the center caps are hard to come by.
Yeah.
So I was like, called Eric. I was like, hey, man, because he's the one that picked him up from Jaime. I was like, did you give me the center caps, or am I missing? Did you give me like a bag and I can't find it? And he goes, no, I don't know where they are. And I'm like, who do I blame for this?
Right.
So
yourself.
So I was like, damn it. I can't call Jaime and be like, hey, man, Eric said he didn't get them. Where are they at? I know you're holding out because they're hard to get.
I'm just like,
I know. So right when I was gonna text Jaime, Eric was like, I found him.
oh, good.
So
that's cool.
Now I got to color match those.
That's cool. Yeah, that's cool. So Toyota updates and Panda is working on it and he's getting it put together. He got the bumper thrown on it.
He threw a bumper on it and then but he got all the metal in the cab like trimmed and ground down from all the crap that I did on it. And
To prepare for the new floor and stuff.
And we kind of game planned it on what he can get done before the 30 year and what is going to happen after the 30 year.
Okay, cool.
So
speaking of the 30 year, on the last episode we were talking about the art and we actually never showed it. Do you want to? Because it's already out there. It's already on Instagram. So if you want to see, you could go find it. But do you want to throw it right here?
Okay, this time I will. That one guy called me out on YouTube. He's like, "Hey, Brian, sometimes you talk, you're gonna say you put stuff on here and you never do." I was like, "Yeah, that's because I'm kind of a piece of crap." But yeah, you want to know? Should I tell? So the reason
that's up to you. Because if you remember last week when you were talking about it, you're like, man, I cannot forget any of these things because I'm be so. Go ahead.
So the artwork, as you can see, because if you're watching this, or listening, I'll explain. It's a toolbox and it's got stickers on it that represent each of our club chapters and the year when they got the chapter. And I was like, did I forget anyone? I was like, nah, I didn't forget no one.
We looked at it. We were both looking at it. We're like, no, it's all there.
I forgot Houston. And even on like my list, like I put it out there on the club page. I was like, all right, I need to know when everyone got their chapter voted in. And I was like looking on my list, looking on that list, looking on this list, and I was like, oh, there's no Houston on here. So I had to reach out to Brandon, tell him to add Houston. That took a little while, and then they added this stuff on the bottom too.
Yeah, the stuff on the bottom was cool because that wasn't in that first one that you showed me, so it was cool. And then one little detail that I noticed that we were talking about earlier, which was a nice touch, is the SoCal one, it being the original chapter, is the most beat up sticker. Like it's got some chips coming out of it, and it like kind of represents that like that's the oldest sticker that's on the toolbox.
I'll have to ask Daniel if he did that on purpose.
If he did it on purpose, then that's some very fine attention to detail.
That's true.
Yeah, no, that was really good.
I was
really
also
stoked.
I was also kind of like, I wonder how the reception of this T-shirt's going to be.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because like it's not our normal. It's like not really a normal car club T-shirt per se.
That's true. Yeah,
well,
it doesn't have any trucks on it or anything or any. Yeah. Because like actually, if you look at it and you didn't know what Forbidden Fantasy was, you'd be like, you wouldn't actually really know. You'd be like, what is it?
Well, same with our 25-year shirt though.
With the dice and the guy funky writing,
with the skull, the hand, and the dice.
Oh, that one. Because also we did another one that was it was dice again, but the dice were on fire, and then it had like Forbidden Fantasy done in a very like 70s type font.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of them that are pretty obscure.
I guess that doesn't make any sense what I'm saying because none of our Clark Club shirts actually had. They don't say truck club. They don't have trucks on them.
That's true. The ones I just made some. I just finished them today, actually.
How'd they come out?
Just cool.
Yeah.
I like them.
Cool.
Yeah, they're very cool. And I like having the small FFF on the front with the dice.
Cool.
So for those who don't know, like we keep talking about dice, like a lot of the imagery of Forbidden Fantasy contains these dice. And on each side of the die is 6. It's a 6 point. Every side has 6.
It's 666 because we're devil worshippers.
Yeah. Hail Satan. Or it could be because, F is the 6th letter of the alphabet, or FFF.
FFF 66.
It's completely coincidental.
Yeah.
Because we actually did a shirt. I don't know if you remember the Jack Daniels one. And that said Forbidden. It looked like a Jack Daniels bottle and said Forbidden Fantasy. And it was a SenCal shirt. And it had 666.
Yeah.
Because, Jack Daniels is some specific number. I can't remember something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's very significant, this number to Jack Daniels, but it was replaced with the 666.
Yeah.
So, kind of interesting.
It is. Speaking of T-shirts, I am so chomping at the bit right now
to get yours done.
I showed you the sketch.
It's so cool.
I am
so cool.
I'm so stoked for that came to fruition.
Yeah. And this is part of the idea that you had, like representing kind of like each show or each kind of like get together kind of thing.
Like it's like I got the idea when I went to Blink.
The Blink shirts.
Yeah, and I started following all of the artists. Every night they had a different artist create a different T-shirt. So I started following all these artists, and I was just like, this is so cool. So that,
and you implemented it and you did it, and now it's starting to come, like you said, to come to fruition.
Starting to come to fruition, and it will be.
And it looks sick.
And then I've got a Stay Low T-shirt being done right now. I've got a Tacoma T-shirt being done right now by a different artist.
That one, you didn't tell me about that one. That one sounds pretty good.
It's my Tacoma, and I don't know how it's gonna come out. I got a sketch, and then we kind of went back, and he kind of had some ideas. It's Rick the Dutch.
Oh, Rick the Dutch is doing it.
He's doing it.
Oh, dude, I want to hit him up because I really like his art.
Yep.
And I'm gonna have him do something for us as well.
Hell
But
yeah.
his art is sick because he did the Grinder TV Kids Bus.
He
right?
did, yep. And then all the little cartoon characters, and then he did the Switch one. Remember we were talking about with Seth? Seth, you were talking about his T-shirts. He did the original.
Oh, the
Switch.
graffiti one.
Yeah.
He the OG one with the actual toggle switch on it.
With the graffiti, the one I think you.
Oh, the graffiti, yeah.
Because he's like a big graffiti artist guy.
Yeah, you can always tell, like with him specifically, like you can tell when people like were writers because they know how to write graffiti, and then someone who just is kind of emulating it, and that dude knows how to write graffiti.
Yeah, and it so there's that one, and then I have my buddy Chris Rhodes. I showed you a bunch of designs that he was sending my way.
Yeah, those are great.
He sent me some more today, so we're just kind of like
you're like right
I'm
there. You
right
have so
there.
much cool stuff coming.
Yeah. I don't know how I'm going to pay for it all.
Well, figure that one out.
Yeah. I just started thinking, I was like, wait, how am I going to pay for all these shirts and build my Tacoma? Like,
and your OBS.
Yeah, that's on the back burner.
And yeah, I know. Yeah.
All the money. I had Trevor. He had, I gave him, months ago, I gave him a bunch of money. Not a bunch of money, but money for metal and stuff for the OBS. And he goes, so do you just want me to use that on the Tacoma? I'm all,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the Tacoma, like we've talked about many times before, has a lot more. Like that's the one you need to finish.
It is.
It's almost like it sounds weird, but like it's almost like you have to do that one because you come this far. You cannot turn around at this point.
Yeah.
Like you can't give up on it.
Yeah. You
have to do it.
Yeah. So Trevor showed me a bunch of work that he's going to do to it, and like I said, we got a plan, and he's going to get it to a point, and then I'm going to go pick it up, and then take it to the 30th, and then bring it back, and then Tanner's going to go through some of the wiring on it and make sure that's all good, and we'll go. It's just going to be in chunks.
Yeah.
I had this grandiose plan of trying to actually get it running and driving, but the 30th just crept up on us. So
yeah, that's a big old chunk.
Yeah,
one step at a time, one little baby steps.
Exactly.
Yeah, baby steps. So yeah, so that was the show. That was our adventure. That was your adventure during the week. Yeah, man, upcoming stuff. Our giveaway, we kind of officially announced our giveaway at the show last weekend.
We did.
We shot like a little promo for that. And so, so we're giving away a Alpine sub kit, which consists of 2 Alpine subs, a 500 watt amp, an amp wiring kit, and a bass knob.
Yep. And
courtesy of Alan Eds Escondido.
Yes.
Chris.
Thanks, Chris. We appreciate it.
Yeah. Chris is awesome.
Yes. And so that's going to run through the end of October.
Yeah. Okay,
yeah.
cool.
I'm trying to catch the end of I'm trying to get something new on there.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to catch that. We'll see if it happens.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. When you were like, oh, we'll just run this at the end of the month. I'm like, maybe a little longer than that.
Yeah, we'll see.
Oh, and also all the people who ordered stuff between the last giveaway, which what did we give away last time? I can't remember.
Oh no.
Yeah, what did we give away? It was good. Oh, it was the head unit. The
head unit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think
also courtesy of Alan Eds Alan Eds Escondido.
Yeah, you're probably gonna see it. We're probably gonna give away a lot of audio stuff coming up. It's just it's easy and it's fun to win, and you can use it in your daily or.
That's what I was gonna say. That's one point that I brought up when we were talking about it all. It's this stuff. If we're giving away Acura kit, unless you got a back truck, what do you need that for? But this is to put in whatever you want.
Yeah,
your bicycle.
How you could do it? You could put an Acura kit on your bicycle.
Yeah.
Not that we're giving away an Acura kit now, but.
No,
maybe
Sub kit. Alpine sub kit, amp, wiring kit, Chris Alaned's Escondido.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's the giveaway. Go to our websites. Well, the episode's not over yet because usually we run this at the end of the episodes. See you later. But this might be the end. I don't know.
We don't know what we're doing. We're so these long trips. The last one I did was Texas, and that one. Remember how we recorded like 2 days after I got back from that? I was still out of it.
Oh, I know. Yeah, it's serious, dude. I remember. But
this one I didn't. I didn't do that. I just still did a long drive home, but this one I had like a lot of rest, so I was pretty fine.
Yeah. No, yeah, it wasn't like you said, it wasn't like normal trips which are go. The like shining example of that to me is the episode after we got back from Mini Nats. We were so fried. We had no idea what was going on. That happened.
When we got back from Mini Nats or when we went to Mini Nats?
No, when we got back from Mini Nats. No, when we went to Mini Nats, we were like pumped. We were charged. We were there. We went to Hattie B's and we're at the hotel getting ready for the weekend. So we were pumped.
We recorded and got back. Oh, you didn't stay and we recorded, right? You just went home and we recorded after that.
Yeah. As soon we recorded an episode. I don't think it was the day I got home. It was the next day, but still,
yeah,
just absolutely cooked.
That's what these good thing about these guest episodes is. After this one. Like the next episode, like say we ran those episodes. So this one will be out on the 18th, 25th, 2nd, 9th. The next episode we'd have to come out is on the 16th.
Right.
So we could run a guest episode, go to Nashville, and then come home from Nashville, record, and talk about that trip.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then I think maybe not do back to back guest episodes. There'll be another one of these stuck in there.
Oh, and
just so we can catch up.
And in all the mix of this, I finally put up a video.
You did,
like a show video, not a Titan video or a Tacoma video.
No, like a show video,
show coverage video that I told everyone I wasn't doing anymore.
Well, that was. You know what? At this point, that was a long time ago. That doesn't even count anymore.
Yeah.
What you said.
I've told a lot more lies between then and now.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, you did. You put out your Mini Nats video, which, look, I'm only here to blow smoke up your butt. But it was really good. And let me be clear. It was really good. It wasn't really good. It was like really good.
Was it?
And I don't want to like put down any of your other work, but this one was really good. Like the shots, basically the shots, the music, and the storytelling that you put together, it was pretty damn
Thanks,
good,
man.
dude.
I was super stoked. I haven't shown Chelsea like a video of mine in a long time, and I was like, hey, I was like, kind of proud of this one. You want to watch it? And she was like, yeah.
I would be.
Yeah. It was nice because I just took my time. Like,
that could have been the sauce right there.
Time and like that, the music. It took me a long time to find the music, and then I don't know. It just came together. Some come together really good, and some come together almost as good. But it is what it is. So now I have
that one came together great.
Yeah. What do you have left to edit?
I still have to edit, but it's okay because I'm still on my 6-month trajectory of when shows come out.
Yeah.
But I still have Rolling in the Red Rocks to do.
Same.
Yeah.
But I'm jumping ahead.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Classic Truck Throwdown. That's the one I went to in Texas.
But that wasn't that. Isn't that?
That was after Rolling.
Oh, that was. Oh, I'm sorry. That's the Lone Star Cruise other show.
Yes.
Yes.
And that one took place after Rolling in the Red Rocks. So I'm gonna go like switcheroo.
That happens sometimes. I did that with a couple of the videos just because like I don't know. It's just like you were like, oh, I want to work on that. Like I have a good idea for this thing and I want to work on it. You know.
And you have to do that. Like you can't because you're only going to be thinking about the other video while editing this video, and then that video is going to hurt. It's going to not be good at all because you're only thinking of the other video. So
yeah, that's going to be a good one too.
Yeah,
because that was the one that you went to in the middle of summer when it was like 10 million degrees.
I know.
In the middle of Texas.
I started already going through the clips, and it's funny because I waited till Saturday morning to film that show. Like film a lot of it because I wanted the fairgrounds or the things to fill up a little bit. So I was like, I got there first thing in the morning and started filming when it was a little cooler. So it looks like nobody's there. I was like,
because there's no spectators there.
No, they didn't even open the gates.
Oh,
I was like, oh,
So yeah, literally no one was there.
literally no one was there. Yeah,
That's okay. I'm sure that one's gonna be a good one too.
it will. They'll all be at least mid.
Yeah, that's it. At the end of the day, okay. I'm gonna make a bold statement.
Okay.
At the end of the day, they're not gonna be bad. Okay, so they're gonna be somewhere between. That's a video and. Wow, that's really good.
You're
Good
either
job.
going to be excited. You're going to be excited for one that we put a video out, and the bonus excitement is, oh, that was really good.
Yep. Yeah, it's like a bonus.
Yeah.
It's exactly what it is. Yep. Well, cool. Well, all right. Well, I mean, this might be a little shorter one.
No, we still got. I was going to say, I was thinking about this when I was watching the Mini Nats video with Chelsea. I was like, what's next? Like, how do I edit the next video to be different? I had an idea with this one, but it didn't work. There's still an idea that I have to try to make it different, but I don't know.
Yeah. Just have to see how it comes together.
Yeah.
You kind of don't know until you start doing it.
Yeah. Or maybe Mini Nats will be the one we don't make videos of next year. At least me.
You can. I don't know. I'm still. It's all right. This is another bold statement, but it's like some shows we're stoked about all the shows that we go to. We're always stoked, but
Mini Nats is better than all the rest of your guys' shows.
Oh, I didn't say that.
And it's not.
That was Brian. Brian Good said that.
Yeah, and it's only because of Hattie B's.
Yeah, this is like an experience.
And the mountains, and all the mini trucks. And the cruising, and all the vendors, and all the cool people.
Yeah, because we see a lot of friends there.
Just keep going and just crap on everyone else. I'm crapping on our show too, by the way. So
that's I don't know, my Forbidden video I really like. That's kidding. Well, and plus, if it all works out for next year that we plan on doing, it's going to be an even better trip. Because we're like trying to you're trying to get your Tacoma out there and stuff like that, but leaving earlier, checking out Pigeon Forge.
Sorry, I was going through a question so we can answer some questions.
Let's
do the draw. Oh no, you keep going and then we'll do this in a second. Say that again, because I was just
gonna say
I was not.
I know you.
I was not paying attention
to
you.
You were like me when I'm tired.
Yeah.
You're gone.
Yeah.
No, I was just saying. If it works out the way we want it to work out for next year's Mini Nats, which not only may possibly getting a truck from the West Coast to the East Coast, which we're not the first ones to do that, so that's not special.
Yeah.
But going and like kind of making it more of an adventure, like going to Pigeon Forge, doing some interesting things there, kind of like the Switch guys did, So hopefully it works out.
And it's going to be interesting because Shane's other event is the weekend before that.
That's true. Yeah. So Shane, his Havasu Meltdown show next year is going to be the weekend before Mini Nats. And unless he gets unwritten law, no, just kidding.
I'm only going to that, Shane, if you get unwritten law. Otherwise, I'm not going. No.
Yeah, I know. Me too. No, definitely I'm going to go. But that's going to add another layer to this thing because I plan on going to his show and then leaving his show and going to your house and then taking off for Mini Nats.
And I want to go to his show too.
So, well then. Maybe we'll leave from there. Wait, no, that wouldn't work out.
No, we could leave. Yeah, we could leave. We could actually leave from there and come to my house.
Yeah, that's probably the way it would work out.
Yeah,
even though we're right off the 40, we could just keep going.
I'll just look at my house like, see you later, man. Be back next week.
Basically that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna be like, all right, guys, I'll see you later. I'm gonna go do mini.
We're gonna go ride go-karts
a week and a half. Yeah, I know. So, your games this weekend? We got go-karts to ride.
Better keep hitting those triples or I'm not going to no games.
But yeah.
So let's do the drop music and I'll actually...
Do you have it on there?
No, but I'll add it this time. I promise.
Okay, all right.
Ready?
And drop.
Dropping in.
Drop in.
Drop.
I dropped everything. Drop it.
So it was so funny because the last episode I did not add that on.
All right.
And I knew I didn't add it on and it was better just to keep it off.
I think it's funny.
Me too.
There are some people, I won't name names, but there are some people who don't think it's funny and that we're being unprofessional. But we're not professionals.
We'd have expectations then.
And it's funny.
Yes.
It is very funny.
We should just not put the music in ever again.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Sorry to that person.
So this first question is from producer Will.
Oh, awesome.
William
Those are always
from,
great.
and it pertains to this episode. Okay, so producer Will asks, why do you always call this weekend's event the Cancer Show? And he asked this last weekend, so that's why he said this. Isn't
a
it
really good question.
Isn't it titled Cruising for Cancer? Is the show promoter like, please just say the name of my event properly? No one can Google my event.
I mean, look, there's a lot of valid points in there. There's a lot of valid points. That's a good point. I think what happens after a while is, whether subconsciously or consciously, we start nicknaming these shows.
Yeah.
Because Mini Nats isn't Mini Nats. It's Mini Truck, the Southeast Mini Truck Nationals.
Yes.
It's not the Chubb Show. It's the A Day to Remember show. But I think what happens sometimes is we just kind of get in this, and it's not the FFF show. It's the Forbidden Fantasy Show and Shine. You know,
Yeah.
so
and
I think
I've heard Doug and them say the Cancer Show.
yeah.
So I think they just refer it to as the Cancer Show.
I see. There's one thing, and this is not against that show in particular, but stuff I've noticed pertaining to like cancer shows, and I'm not going to make light of this subject because it is a very serious subject, but things that I've noticed, like when you have an event called Cruisin for Cancer, or because it used to be called, actually back in the day, his show used to be called the Breast Cancer Show, because
that's right.
it was very specific towards breast cancer. So, and again, it's just me being weird and just weird thoughts, is like Cruisin for Cancer sounds like you're cruising, like, you know what I mean?
Like towards it?
Yeah.
Like you're supporting it?
Yeah.
Like, so it should be like cruise.
Like Mini Truckers Against Cancer, Cruising Against Cancer, or like, you know, like, there have been ones that says Cruising for a Cure. That's a good one.
Yeah.
You know? So I don't know. Again, like I said, I'm speaking way out of turn here, because like I'm not a show promoter. Who am I to have an opinion on what these events say? But I don't know. I just always had found that interesting.
Yeah, change the name of your show, Shane. Let's see. Let's go.
Was that his whole question?
That was it.
That was a good one.
I left him on red too. I was like, I'll read this when we're recording.
Thanks, producer Will.
Yeah. Bear with me. I'm trying to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is the night episode. There's a surprise for you at the beginning of this video when you put this thing together. I'm not gonna say what it is. I'll let you see it.
Oh, were you recording and you were just like, Brian, where you at?
I was doing some stuff. No. Just it's like I said, it's about 9:00 at night, so doing night things.
Oh, cocaine?
No, not that. No.
I just get your footage and you're just doing lines.
Oh, jeez.
Just fatty lines right off the MacBook.
No. For all the people who are listening, no, that's not it.
Just say no.
No.
Okay, here's one. This will take up the rest of the time and a little bit more.
Okay.
Stuart, Custom Inks.
Okay.
Yeah, KIK. He said, 1, I've heard you touch on inventory for shows. What do you guys consider to be the sweet spot on inventory per design? We see it all over the map. Some bring everything they have, mostly because it's stocked in the trailer already. Some bring an average back stock. 2, are shows still fun? May have been asked before. I vaguely remember hearing this. For us, they still get excited, prepping and heading to a show. And then 3, when a merch brand is established, they all have their own unique style. Is it more important to stay true to your roots or keep up with the times?
Whew, those are all smoking good questions.
Well, you know why they're good questions is because
he's in it.
He's in it. So you got to like, these are all things we battle with in different ways. So, yeah.
So the easiest one for me to answer is the inventory thing. I'm only ever carrying a certain amount of things. Just because I print my own stuff, like I'm able to have a really good control over that. So I don't have to bring a lot of stock or purchase a lot of stock. So basically, if you really want to get the nuts and bolts of it, I keep on stock at any given time 3 smalls, 4 mediums, 8 larges, 8 extra larges.
I was thinking of this because Stuart's probably like, we sell that in an hour. And we bring that to the entire show.
I didn't think of that, but you're absolutely right.
He's like, why am I asking
He's
these?
all-
Why am I asking these idiots these questions?
all, 8?
8.
Now I feel stupid. Thank you.
I was waiting for you to do that.
Oh man, now I feel really dumb. Anyway,
We meant
those-
80. We meant 80, Stuart. 80.
80, 30, 40, 80, 80, 80, 30.
Yeah.
And now, like I'm carrying 4XL, so I got those
Yeah, so,
working
like-
for me too.
And you keep most everything in your trailer, right?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. So I fall into kind of both those categories. Is like everything's already in the trailer and folded and organized. So, and it doesn't really cost much to carry a little bit more. So, especially when we're traveling like back east and stuff.
Yeah. And see, I'm a
We're
little
traveling
different
far.
because I don't keep I have a trailer, but I don't keep the club stuff in it. I don't keep the Grinder TV stuff in it.
Mm-hmm.
That trailer is for the car club stuff. If I do use it for Grinder TV stuff, then I take all that out, put my stuff in it. But I take just totes and I leave my extra stuff here at the house.
Yeah. You
So-
usually like just have it and you like throw a bunch in there and mob out. Like
I throw like 500 of each design.
Well, I
you
mean,
know.
we are moving at least 1,000 units per show. So
At least. we we come in with our little single axle trailers.
yeah, everybody's laughing at us.
They're-
Look at those guys.
the-
Oh,
the-
that's cute.
The Danny diesel trucks to tow theirs.
Anyway, moving on to the
Moving
next
on.
part of that question.
Well, you know, to be fair, KIK they have a lot more designs.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? To where we don't. Anyways,
Yeah.
the other part of that question that kind of always is like when you, not to you, but for me, like how many smalls to order, mediums to order, larges, extra large. Because now like you
Yeah.
can, if you run out of extra large, you just go and print some more extra large.
Right. But I think more also what you're saying is like you don't carry the same amount of smalls as you do larges or extra larges.
No,
Because
yeah.
that would be, I've actually done that before, actually accidentally, because as I was printing, I miscounted some stuff and I ended up with 12 of one size, which
Yeah.
that never sells. So I just ended up with all these smalls. But yeah, definitely there are more popular sizes. So definitely your large, extra large, 2XLs are going to be the most you sell.
Yeah.
And then the small, medium, 3 and 4s are not very much.
Yeah. And then you get down to like where my Toyota Stout is, where I'm not going to do any reprints, and I have 15 3X t-shirts and like a small. So
That's the thing is if you rock up to the booth and you go through our clearance, like it's all going to be smalls, mediums, and 3XLs.
Yeah.
There'll be some the regular size.
well, usually I don't have that many 3XLs. I don't know why I ordered so many of that size
Yeah, it
t-shirt
just
because I
happens
usually don't
sometimes.
order that many. So, yeah. So basically, it comes down to we don't take a ton of backup. We just kind of calculate it out. So
We did make that. We did do that one time. The first time we went out to Mini Nats because we were doing the back-to-back trips.
that's right. We
went
did
to
mini nats
and
Battle in Bama, and we did kind of overload.
we went crazy.
yeah.
We bent the axles on the trailer.
We
I mean, they were bent already.
we bent them more.
we finished them off on that one.
Yeah.
Oh, and it wasn't the 8 cases of suspension design books by Max that we were hauling around.
Yeah. And then his second questions are: show still fun? Yes, we talk.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And
Definitely.
the thing that we do that he doesn't do is we don't just set up the booth, but we also film the show. So it's we're not just sitting in our air conditioned, comfy trailer, Stuart. We gotta work.
Selling our 8 T-shirts. Yes, but no, they're still a ton of fun.
We have to go out there and film for our 2,500 YouTube views to make $10.
Yeah.
You know.
No, still a ton of fun. The best parts about going to the shows, it sounds really generic, but seeing all of our friends, seeing all the cool rides out there, going to these different places, traveling, experiencing, like it's all great.
It is.
Like, it never gets boring.
You know, the only other part, or the other part that I'm dealing with is there's now shows that I haven't been to that I want to go to.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm getting-
that's the other part. Mhm.
Yeah, because like I did a lot of years of like Scraping the Coast, Battle in Bama, and I stopped going to those, and then now there's Rolling in the Red Rocks. There's a couple other ones that kind of filled those voids, but now I'm like, okay, what's the next show that we could just go to?
Yeah.
Freaks of Nature's having that one up in Reading.
Yeah, which I was going to bring up later on.
Yep.
But yeah, they're doing a 3-day. They're doing like a traditional 3-day run up in Redding, California. Well, maybe we'll bring that back up later.
Yeah, we'll bring that. But anyways, his second question was that our show's still fun. He said they get excited prepping and heading to the show. Same with me.
Prepping for me is very stressful.
Is it?
So I can't say that I find that fun because since I print my own stuff, see, that's my perspective of it is since I'm printing my own stuff, I'm always like kind of like up against the wall, like trying to get the things done, get them in the trailer, get them organized. So I would have to disagree with. Like, it is pretty stressful. It's like, for me, the part of the prep, I guess, or whatever, is the taking off. Like that the couple days before taking off are super stressful to get everything organized, everything packed, ready to go. But that day when I jump in the truck and I put in drive and I just start rolling out the driveway,
it's a good feeling.
That's the best part. It's the best part.
I love getting my truck loaded the night before.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's, to me, I'm like, oh, I know I'm about to leave. And same thing. And then he said, when a merch brand is established, they all have their own unique style. And then is it more important to stay true to your roots or keep up with the times? That's a
big one. I struggle with that one constantly.
It is because, especially like with you, it's different because you have like a brand that you're trying to keep a certain way, but it's also you're also a truck brand. It's not like like me. I just made T-shirts to help supplement my travel costs,
right?
And my YouTube channel, and then it just became a brand where you were a brand.
I did the exact opposite. I was a brand first, and the only reason I started doing photography and videos was to enhance the brand.
But you also, your brand, like you were a mini trucker, and you started your brand being a mini trucker, but you try to keep it more like a street brand type thing.
Yeah, well, just because I've talked before about our inspirations and stuff, but our inspirations really do come, and a lot of people say this, and it's true for me too. Like, our inspiration comes from skateboarding and music. Like, that's and the truck culture, but beyond the truck culture, that's where we come from. That's where our tastes are. Yeah. And so we try hard to stick to that and follow other brands that do the same thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it is very tempting to just go, I could just and again, from my perspective, printing my own stuff, I could be like, well, I mean, it'd be really easy to just do something that sells a lot of that I really don't like. I wouldn't wear it, so. Yeah,
I think that's what you just said is a good one that you wouldn't wear. Like,
yeah,
we all stray from our roots a bit because honestly, like, if you like, it's like we both like skateboarding. We both came up with skateboarding. We both are into music. We both like that stuff. So there's that. But a like skateboard brand isn't going to they're gonna make skateboards type like clothing. You're a truck brand reaching into the skateboard or the music or something like that. So it's like where these other brands don't do that. They don't have to do that, but like you kind of have to do that.
Yeah, because I see what you're saying, because like the truck thing, like skateboarding is just like such a popular thing that like you can kind of live within that and kind of survive, but with our scene, it's not really big. So we try to really interject it with other influences. So yeah, I totally get what you're saying.
Yeah. That's pretty interesting. Yeah. And I don't know. I think it's important to stay true to what you like. And if you like crossing over into trendy or whatever, then that's okay too. As long as you like it. Like, don't do something you wouldn't like to do just unless you're going to make a bunch of money. Like, if someone was like, hey, man, here's $1 million. I need you to make pink T-shirts that have unicorns on them and go and sell them at a truck show. I'll be like, okay.
Yeah, sure. You're like, all right. I'll be a little transparent with myself. There was a time a few years ago that I went through a thing where it was really subtle and subconscious until I went like, oh, wait a minute, where I found myself wanting to wear other people's brands more than my brands. Like, when I was really heavy into doing like stuff for other companies and stuff, I found myself like wearing their stuff a lot, which is cool because they're my friends and they have cool brands. But I found myself wearing my stuff less because I was like, well, and I was like, wait a minute, I need to start, like exactly what you said. I'm like, I need to start doing stuff that I like, that I want to wear all the time. And so, yeah, there was a time when I was doing that.
Yeah.
So just an interesting perspective kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean, I like wearing other people's stuff, but yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Just staying true to what you like to do and not. I think it's important not to veer too far off.
Yeah, and that's at the same time. Like, I'm not going to say that I'm only going to wear my stuff exclusively. Oh, I'm wearing a Bio shirt right now. Like, I still like wearing my friends' brands and companies, and I really like and I really appreciate when they, it like include me on that stuff. So I just want to make that just kind of clear.
Yeah.
So they're not like, man, you self-centered jerk.
It's funny for me because all my shirts have the same thing on the front. So when I wear these for the podcast, I like to wear. I'm like, oh, it's just, and this is the blue one, so it is a little different. It's not white.
Yeah.
That might be something that I might do a little bit differently with the Stay Low shirts is instead like do something different on the front or the back.
What I try to do with ours is like every shirt that has something on the back, I try to match the same like theme on the front, but it's a custom life. Yeah. So that's what I try to do.
Yeah. But just here on the podcast, like you could see what I'm wearing. Yeah. So it's I like
which was good last weekend because when we were doing those three, like, you don't know what shirt you're wearing. You wear the GTV all the time. And I'm just wearing the same shirt.
Yeah. You bum.
I know.
I still have the shirt I brought to change in the back of my truck.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I do like just a really off topic kind of like thing. I do enjoy every week tuning in and seeing what shirt you're wearing because you have so many cool shirts stashed. Yeah, I really do enjoy tuning in to see what you're rocking. I do have some. I have some ones that coming up here that I'm going to wear that are a little different. And our viewers also noticed because when you wore that Death Trap shirt from Japan, dude, people were like, "What? Where did you get that?"
Oh,
like,
yeah,
that was a sick one.
Yeah, I've got some cool ones that are coming up.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
I gotta wear them because when I lose more weight, I'm gonna be right out of those 3Xs, and there's gonna be brand new 3X T-shirts sitting in my closet that I've never worn.
Again.
I know. So
don't worry.
I know.
Don't worry, man. Just let him go.
I will. But yeah, I think that's it.
Cool. So since we're coming to the tail end and we were going to talk about the Freaks of Nature show, let me just bring it up and so we can get all the details right. Because our friend Yoda asked me if we could go ahead and mention the show.
Yeah, they hit me up the other day too. And I have been sharing their stuff like, as much as possible. When they share something, I'll share it into my story or whatever. Do you happen to have the flyer or anything available? Because I don't. I actually had it in the truck and I was going to grab it. Oh, here we go. I got it right here. You got it? Okay.
I got it right here. So it is called Freaktoberfest. It is October 13th through the 15th in Redding, California. It doesn't have a location. Let me see. Oh, never mind. Now click on that. Okay, let me start again because I actually found the actual page. Freaktoberfest Car Show, 3-day run, October 13th through the 15th, 2023. It's at the Redding Motor Sport Park in Redding, California. And if you go to their Instagram, it's Freaktoberfest _car show. Again, Freaktoberfest _car show. And it has like the address of the location and everything like that. And it's going to be like a traditional 3-day show. This is a newer chapter of Freaks of Nature hosting it, so they're really stoked to be putting on this event. I've talked to them a few times before. They were at the Awakening show, and they've come down to A Day to Remember show a few times. Cool people, and a cool event.
How do you know it's a cool event? Because it hasn't been happened yet.
I'm sure it's going to be a cool event because it's a 3-day run.
It is. So yeah,
There's also another 3-day run coming up.
Council run. Now, this podcast is going to be out next week, so I forgot. Okay,
mm-hmm. Yeah. No, it'll be before that. So yeah, the council run's going to be in my backyard again. Yep. But I'm going to be on an airplane on my way to Nashville, so I won't be there.
There's 2 shows happening right now, and I'm really bummed that I'm missing the Grand National Truck Show.
Yeah.
I'm seeing all the pictures from that, and I'm just like, that looks really good.
I'm having that one, and I'm having FOMO from the Lowdown show because like all the Arizona guys are
they passed me
posting up.
When I left to go get my wheels. Joey Whippy, Ben, and all those guys were coming up my road right here, and I was like,
cool. Yeah.
I'm just the mini trucker that should be going with them, but no, no. I was still doing mini truck stuff though, but I felt like, oh, wait,
yeah.
So
I'm having a bit of FOMO. I just often we talk about this podcast. I was like, I gotta be there tomorrow for the games and stuff, so I can't miss it. So
yeah,
sorry, Juan.
Well, I don't
Sorry,
have any
Dan.
excuses. I don't got a softball game tomorrow.
Yeah, well.
Hopefully the dates next year with the Grand National Truck Show work out. Because I'm definitely coming out for that.
I'm stoked for that one. I'm really stoked because I feel like that is like the next kind of like gear that our scene is shifting into.
Well, yeah, because I was just looking right now. When I was looking for that Trucktoberfest thing, Steve Wilkes brought out the white Tacoma, and it's got like a Super 6.
Nice.
And I'm just like, and I was looking at it, I was like, man, there's some high end, newer trucks, like from like OBS's trucks and up and mini trucks and full sizes, but like high end stuff. And I'm like, I think this is going to be the show where all those high end trucks all get together in one place.
Yeah, and I think I definitely think that's going to kick it into the next gear because it's going to do two things. One, it's going to give more recognition to what we're doing because I think we kind of touched on it on a previous episode that like those 34 Ford guys, they're not going to be around much longer.
Yeah,
you
but
know? So
here's the thing though, like there's still going to be 50s Chevys around, 50s trucks around, and 60s trucks around forever.
Yeah, I take that completely back because you're right because I was talking about also
you're talking about like Grand National Roadster Show. This
like Riddler type of stuff.
Yeah, this is a whole different ball game, and
that's true.
You have the mix of these badass 50s trucks, high end, and then parked next to it is a Toyota Tacoma.
Yeah,
to me, that's the best part of it.
Yeah,
because you're gonna see those guys normally don't see our trucks. We always see their trucks because they go to all the shows, but and I say we very loosely, I mean like we as in like Steve Wilkes taking that Tacoma out, that truck gets seen at mini truck shows. It doesn't get seen at like a hot rod show like that next to these types of trucks. So now it's going to force those guys to look at that truck and go,
I'm like, oh yeah, cool.
Yeah, that's pretty sick. Like there's more work in that Tacoma than there is in my 56 Chevy type thing.
Yeah.
Or
I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
I'm definitely excited for it.
Yeah, so it's gonna be good. I'm excited for that. I want to go next year. Hopefully all the dates work out and all that. So
cool.
Maybe we'll go there and record a podcast there.
I think we found out that that's
never gonna happen.
I don't know. I think maybe we need to
Well,
come to a realization on that one.
I also think it doesn't need to happen.
Yeah.
There's not a necessity. We could go to a show and have a guest at the hotel and record a podcast, and it would be more effective than doing it at the show.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think we're doing okay. We're finding our lane. We found kind of where we're at. Now we're doing these guest episodes. We're finding it. Find the level.
Yeah. Well, and then we're also going to come up with like a little segment at the end here to talk about events.
Yeah, which
like
is kind of what we did.
Kind of what we did. But so if there is something that you want us to throw out there, we might not talk about it in detail, and we might not talk about it on every episode, but send us a message and we'll put it in our notes, and we'll spend 5 minutes at the end of the episode and talk about it.
Yeah. Maybe we'll put together another jingle.
Oh, yeah.
No, we won't.
No. Someone else will.
Yeah. All
right.
We have a hard enough time doing the one jingle.
That's on this computer. I just need to airdrop it to this one, and I have not done that yet.
That's okay. That's fine. Anyway, all right. Well, cool. That was a good one. We'll see you next week. LiveLifeCustom.com, Grinder-TV.com. We're giving away subs, amp kits, courtesy of Alan Escondido. Go check it out.
Yep. Thanks. Bye.
All right. Later.